Pronto, bem melhor. Olá. Tô fazendo uma stream assim, meio que no susto. Porque eu percebi que eu ia jogar Genshin, tipo, acho que a noite toda. Hoje é que eu tô tendo um tempo assim pra jogar. Eu falei, por que não fazer stream? Deixa eu só. Nossa, aqui. Só um instante. Pronto, esse aqui. Tá certo. Senão eu ia ficar me ouvindo. Aí, o que acontece? Hoje eu vou fazer umas missões que estão pendentes. No caso, quer ver? Eu vou tentar fazer. Pera aí. Eu tô errado. Pera, licença. Eu vou tentar fazer todas essas aqui que estão aqui pendentes. Começando de cima pra baixo. Aí eu já comecei essa aqui, essa é a do. É a lendária do. Como é o nome dele? Do Risley. Eu tinha começado, mas eu não continuei. Então vou terminar agora, depois vou fazer essa. Vou tentar fazer tudo. Menos essa aqui, que é de. Talvez essa eu deixe por último, porque é do jogo de cartas. Eu não estou muito inteirado. Mas se eu conseguir terminar tudo, talvez eu até faça essa, se eu tiver. Mas, vamos lá. Deixa eu pegar essa conquista aqui. Vamos ver o que é. Certo, disparos. Disparos do que? Eu nem lembro. Eu peguei isso agora, mas nem lembro o que era. Bom, vamos lá. E aí, New Way, tudo bom com você? Aqui. Correndo. Aí a gente vai deixar a história rolar, tá?
Paimon doesn't remember you being the boss.
Well, I'm just standing in for Mr. Alvar while he's off restocking the shop. Now just wait a sec. A blonde foreigner dressed all in white, accompanied by a glaze-covered flying chunk of
Gacha.
gingerbread.
Mano,
Well, you must be the
eu
legendary
tô
traveler
com
and their
muita
companion
sorte,
Paimon.
pra ser sincero.
No.
Eu.
Half right.
Deixa eu pausar aqui a Paimon um pouco pra falar.
Companion, sure.
Ela
But
falando
she's
me
not some
atrapalha.
flying chunk of gingerbread.
Mas a última coisa que aconteceu foi que eu consegui pegar o Risley. Eu ganhei 50-50. Não, na real, assim, eu ganhei o 50-50 da Yelan. Aí eu parei de jogar. Aí quando eu voltei, eu consegui ganhar os 50-50 do Risley. E 20 tiros depois eu ganhei os 50-50 da Furina. Então, assim, eu tô com muita sorte, sabe? Eu peguei 3 5 estrelas assim, um atrás do outro. E foi tudo fora do garantido. E aí agora eu tô acumulando pra tentar pegar a nave quando ela lançar. Eu já tenho 40 tiros dados, tá, tá já no histórico. E aí eu tenho acho que 12 ou 13 acumulados aqui. Aí eu vou, tipo, tudo que eu puder pegar agora, eu vou juntar pra atirar nela quando ela lançar. Vai ser, se eu não me engano, ela lança no dia 20 ou 21 de dezembro. Falta uns 20 dias, certinho. E é o tempo da gente pegar coisa pra tentar pegar ela. Porque se eu não ganhar as 50, aí eu vou ter que me esforçar muito pra tentar pegar ela no garantido. E ainda vai ter mais coisa. Que na real eu tava querendo pegar a arma dela também. Que a arma dela é um machado, é muito foda. Mas é isso.
Sorry, I never thought I'd get the chance to see you with my own eyes, so got a bit ahead of myself. I hope you find it in your magnanimous hearts to forgive my discourtesy. I'm just a nobody after all.
There's no need to put yourself down like that. Paimon's just venting.
Why, your heroic actions at Araneus have long made their way to the fortress of Meripede. We heard that you were personally received by His Grace when you made your way down here, you know. Ah, you were the envy of all. And you're one of His Grace's favorite people, so of course, everyone wants to be introduced to you.
Ah, então é por causa dele.
Well, I'd figure you'd appreciate honesty over flattery. After all, I also only joined up here because I'd heard Mr. Alvar was a good friend of the Duke. And though I've only caught scant sight of his
Eu não tô
grace
prestando
since
atenção em nada.
then, as fate would have it, I've become fast friends with Mr. Alvar himself. I mean, we've all got agendas, but rather than trying to force something to be true, it's often better to just go with the flow.
Oh, so now you're trying to kiss up to us.
Well, I did mean it when I
Encheu o
called you
saco.
legends, and it is indeed an honor to meet the two of you. Oh, enough of that. Is there something you're looking for? No problem. Anything else? Hey, feel free to check out anything you want. The credit coupon costs are on me.
Classic.
Wait, that's,
Ai, meu cérebro tá meio liso hoje.
Well, it's not like I'm getting paid to watch
Que
this shop.
essa semana foi puxado, viu?
Mr. Alvar usually lets me just
Eu
take my pick of our goods.
tô num projeto lá na Fatec. Acho que eu não sei o quanto eu posso falar sobre, mas tem um projeto de uma sala com equipamentos lá na Fatec, que se chama Sala Maker. Aí eu meio que entrei na equipe pessoal, e o nosso primeiro projeto está sendo... Bom, o nosso primeiro projeto é um game da Fatec. Fazer um jogo. E eu fiquei fazendo as artes do jogo. E, tipo, as artes, não todas as artes, eu fiz as artes dos personagens e alguns objetos. E, cara, era pra entregar essa semana, então tipo, muito corrido. Eu tô, assim, morrendo. Todos os dias da semana eu abri o Kenshin, fiz o mínimo e fechei. Tipo, por isso que hoje eu tô vendo de fazer tudo que tava acumulado, porque teoricamente o jogo já foi entregue. Tipo, o jogo já tá entregável pra jogar. A gente só vai fazer os últimos detalhes nesse final de semana. E aí ele provavelmente vai ser publicado na outra semana. Inclusive eu mando pra vocês depois. A gente tem que fazer divulgação, né? Aí eu mando pra vocês. Mas eu não vou dar detalhes, porque eu acho que eu nem podia estar falando disso aqui, mas ficou legal. É uma visual novel. O jogo tá legalzinho. E a gente reclamando do monte de fala que tem no Genshin, e eu, olha, fiz uma visual novel, né? Enfim, a hipocrisia. Mas faz parte.
alright. Paimon will take a look.
Are you sure you don't want more?
Fiquei em segredo nesse lugar público depois e no YouTube depois que eu publicar. Ninguém assiste mesmo.
It just doesn't feel the same if the owner's offering everything to you for free. But anyway, we don't need to get into that right now. We can discuss Paimonology later. That poor guy must still be waiting for us. Thank you so much. We'll be off then.
No problem, and thank you for your patronage. I'd appreciate it if you could put in a nice word for our establishment the next time you speak to His Grace.
That's a real sneaky way of getting good reviews.
Eu tô sem câmera também porque tá calor.
Hopes that guy in the box hasn't passed out from lack of air.
Tá calor e eu não tava afim de verdade de ligar a minha luz na minha cara, porque não vou morrer. Aí eu só decidi fazer sem câmera hoje. Talvez eu ligue pra dar tchau depois, mas... Sem condições. Eu tô com a luz apagada e o ventilador na minha cara. É nada, é só porque tá calor mesmo. Sério, a luz, ela esquenta muito. Isso porque ela é LED. Então, tipo, não era pra esquentar, mas eu acho que é por causa do... É tipo um abajur, né? Como ele é antigo, Ele provavelmente esquenta, ele que esquenta, tá ligado? Não é a luz em si. Mas dá muito calor. Aí eu. Ah, eu... Não, não vou fazer isso comigo mesmo hoje, não vou me torturar hoje. A última vez que eu fiz live, nossa, foi naqueles dias que tava aquela onda de calor. E, véi, eu tava morrendo. Tipo, eu levantei da minha cadeira, eu tava molhada. De tanto que eu suei. Isso é muita dor. É, e eu não sei se você percebeu, mas eu tô com um PC novo. Tá bem. O jogo tá assim, Full HD. Porque eu tô com um PC novo. Por isso que eu tô fazendo live de Genshin. No meu outro PC não tinha como.
You did? Oh, Archon, you just saved my life. Just one sec.
Inclusive eu paguei metade do valor dele ontem.
You're not actually bald. You've got such a full head of hair, too.
Sim, eu comprei do meu primo. Era o PC dele. Aí ele chegou um dia e falou: você sabe de alguém que tá querendo comprar um PC? Aí eu falei: sim, eu. Aí, aí ele falou: sério mesmo? Eu falei: sim. Aí a gente negociou lá o preço, como que ia pagar. E aí ele trouxe pra mim. Tipo, no mesmo dia. Acho que vai fazer um mês. Não, mês não. Vai fazer uns 20 dias que eu tô com ele. Aí eu paguei ontem. Metade, né, do valor. Mas é isso, tá da hora. Inclusive eu tinha que colocar depois as especificações dele, né? Eu vejo os canais das outras pessoas, todo mundo coloca, né? Tem que colocar o meu também. Quero pegar um PC por partes, mas eu não faço ideia de como comprar. Cara, eu também não, sabe? Inclusive, eu tava pensando, meu plano era tipo, juntar o máximo de dinheiro possível e comprar um PC pronto já. Tipo, montado. Só que. Aí apareceu meu primo com o PC dele. Eu falei: o PC dele tá bom. É só o processador dele que é meio antigo. Mas a placa, mano, é a RTX 2060. Tipo, tá ótimo. Tem 12 RAM de memória, tá bom, dá pra usar. Ele veio com um HD de 1 TB, só que aí eu coloquei o meu SSD do notebook nele. Eu comprei o cabinho SATA e coloquei aí. Inclusive, tipo, esse PC, entre aspas, é o meu notebook, só que ligado no PC novo. Porque eu nem desinstalei nada, eu só tirei o SSD do notebook e coloquei no PC. Aí veio funcionando. Pois é muito mais fácil, mas é muito mais caro. Aí eu tive essa sorte de que meu primo, como ele tava vendendo dele, né, meio que de segunda mão, aí eu consegui pegar num preço bom. Ele fez pra mim por 2.700. Então, tipo, valeu muito a pena. Aí eu vou ficar com esse até, tipo, eu juntar de verdade pra comprar um PC novo de verdade. Mas aí eu deixo pro ano que vem. Ó, vamos ver como que vai ser a minha vida nesse ano. Mas por enquanto esse aqui, mano, tá ótimo pra usar. Dá pra fazer live, dá pra jogar, dá pra mexer nos programas que eu tô aprendendo. Tipo, eu tô começando a aprender a mexer com Blender, essas coisas. Daí dá pra fazer tudo nesse PC. Tá ótimo.
I told you that there had been a misunderstanding. This has nothing to do with my hair.
Dependendo, eu posso só fazer um upgrade desse também. Só que eu tenho medo.
This isn't my hat.
Eu tenho medo, porque, tipo, o que eu quero trocar seria justamente o processador. Só que o processador, tipo, eu acho muito complicado de tirar, porque tem um monte de pininho lá, sem colocar a pasta certinho. Nossa, eu tenho medo de estragar, porque eu tenho a mão meio pesada. Aí, nossa, vai dar merda se eu tentar mexer. Mas vamos ver, né? Talvez se eu aprender. Porque eu também tô fazendo uns bagulhos uma monitoria na FATEC que é de manutenção de laboratório de informática, né? Talvez em algum momento eu aprenda a montar PC. Não sei. Porque até tem lá, ó, por exemplo, algumas das demandas que a gente tem é de tirar o PC do laboratório, desmontar ele e reaproveitar as peças, tá ligado? De outros PCs que foram, entre aspas, descartados para pra fazer a troca. Aí talvez eu aprenda, né, nesses processos eu aprenda a fazer. Aí quando se eu tiver seguro pra fazer isso, aí mano, comprar o processador e trocar. Você tem que ver também se é compatível, né, com a placa-mãe, essas coisas. Mas aí isso aí eu vou vendo com o tempo. Por enquanto meu objetivo agora é comprar um monitor. Porque eu actually não tenho monitor. Eu tô usando tipo a minha TV pra ver a tela, mas não é o ideal. Eu precisava de um monitor mesmo.
Well, we got you a new one. We tried really hard to look for your hat, but no dice.
Na verdade, outra pessoa deu ele pra gente.
I see. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful, but unfortunately, there's just something special about my hat.
Does it have some kind of sentimental value?
But,
E você, New, o que você tá fazendo da vida?
sorry, I can't
Você ainda tá fazendo
explain
live?
at the moment. Time's tight as well, so I suppose I'll keep looking for a while.
If you're looking for a hat, I just picked one up over
Então,
here.
era basicamente como eu
Is it
tava
yours?
antes.
Your Grace!
Eu tava usando a tela do notebook e a TV como segundo monitor. Só que aí agora eu tô só com a TV, porque, né, o PC não veio com monitor. Aí eu tô pensando já em comprar um monitor novo e continuar usando a TV como segunda tela mesmo. Mas é tipo, esse é o plano.
Oh, hey, Risley! It's been a while.
Well, it's a slow day today, so I decided to go for a little stroll. Even if your workspace isn't cramped, it's still good to get some air. I'll say, I'm not at all surprised to find the two of you here. You never could turn down someone's request for help.
It's what good adventurers do, after all.
Is that so?
Uhum.
Maybe I should consider asking the Adventurers Guild to open a branch here.
Ah, entendi. Nossa, mas aí o celular também tem que ser bem potente, né? Pra conseguir fazer a live. E você também precisa ter eu acredito que precisa ter uma internet muito boa também. Porque até onde eu sei no celular você dá pra usar Wi-Fi, né? Então você tinha que ter internet foda, celular foda. Eu nem imagino como seria fazer pelo celular. Mas às vezes que eu vi você fazendo parecia de boa. Mas faz tempo, né? Faz tempo também. Mas eu entendo, realmente é bem melhor ter um PC próprio pra fazer. Porque eu já assisti a falta de ter uma interface, uma integração própria. Ah, sim. Entendi. Realmente, PC faz falta nesse sentido. Às vezes eu streamo pelo Xbox e, tipo, é muito diferente, tipo, não tem nada na tela, tipo, só o jogo e o chat. Ou às vezes nem o chat, tipo, só o jogo mesmo. Realmente faz diferença. É bom ter um PC.
As I recall, these hats are very important to members of the Beret Society. Best you avoid misplacing it again, You might not have the same luck next time.
Understood. Thank you so much, Your Grace. Then I'll be off. I'll get going now.
What a strange guy. Why did he care so much about his hat? Oh, and has he done something wrong? When he saw you, it was as if he'd seen a ghost.
Oh, not at all. In fact, members of the Beret Society are model prisoners. They work hard and never get into trouble. They've saved me a lot of work,
Oxi.
in fact. As for
Só
him,
agora o bot mandou uma mensagem
I'd guess
que eu
he's just
tô
more of
ao
an
vivo, não
introvert.
faço ideia.
It's not unusual for the more shy prisoners to freak out when I show up unannounced.
Huh?
Nossa.
Shy? There are prisoners
Então
who are afraid to talk to people?
o aplicativo deve ser bem otimizado, então, pra conseguir fazer. Tipo, porque tipo, você tava com o jogo aberto, a Twitch aberta, entendeu? Da hora. Talvez é que eu não jogo muita coisa no celular, então eu não sei o que eu poderia streamar do celular. Eu já pensei em fazer do House Supo. Só que eu acho que não é um jogo muito popular. Tipo, não que eu jogue, nossa, as coisas mais populares do mundo, mas eu acho que ninguém ia entender nada do que tá acontecendo. internet é boa mesmo. Nossa, você tem mais que eu. Eu tenho... A minha é 500 Mbps. Sim, então é um pouco mais que a minha. Qual que é o provedor? Vivo?
Prisoners are still people, after all.
Claro.
There
Não
are
é
as many
claro.
crimes and motives
Só
as
tem
there
claro
are
no
stars in the sky.
meu prédio,
The
infelizmente.
idea of the criminal as a selfish, heartless brute is just a stereotype. Such labels could never capture the complexity of even a single individual person. What kind of a person a prisoner may be and why they've committed a crime, we'd never know these things if they don't share their story with us.
Huh. You've got a point. Anyway, it's all good as long as it makes sense to you.
Marvel Snap é um jogo que tá bem popular agora, né? Tem... Na minha sala, acho que tem uns... Acho que tem umas 4 ou 5 pessoas que jogam Marvel Snap. Isso na minha sala, fora das outras salas, que às vezes eu vejo o pessoal tipo, conversando sobre. O meu primo falou pra mim desse jogo. Meu primo que vendeu o PC pra mim. Só que... Eu não gosto muito de Marvel, eu não gosto muito de coisa de super-herói. Mas talvez eu comece a jogar eu teste, né? Pela mecânica mesmo. Parece ser bem interessante. O que é essa sociedade da boina? Eu não tô vendo a história, mano. Tô só passando. Isso aqui é tipo... Sabe quando você tá deitado no sofá assistindo TV? E aí você tá, sei lá, passando um filme, passando um desenho, mas você nem tá prestando atenção, você só tá mexendo no seu celular ou fazendo outra coisa. É assim que eu tô me sentindo agora. Snap tomou uma lista enorme de versões questionáveis. Rede banda larga. Ah, então é tipo independente. Não independente, né? É aquelas que não tá não faz parte das top que todo mundo tem. Eu entendo. É tipo... Não é isso. É tipo... Internet de bairro. É isso? Internet de bairro geralmente é boa. Tem um preço bom e funciona bem. Eu só não tenho porque aqui não pega. É isso aí.
Alright then, please follow me.
Vamos seguir o Rise. Não sei pra onde. Vou até com ele, né? Pronto, esse aí. Onde a gente vai? Estou fazendo isso só pelas gemas. Posso pegar meu ali. Depois.
Welcome, Your Grace, and the Traveler. Would you like 3 orders of today's welfare meal?
Acho muito esquisito que o pessoal na prisão trata ele como realeza. Tipo, me chama ele de Alteza.
I'll pass on the food then. What about you?
Super luxuoso ou nada?
Paimon will also pass. Paimon will save her stomach for something better.
What a pity.
Nossa.
It would seem that none of us can properly appreciate your skills, Walsey.
Eu acho isso que ela falou que é meio rude, ó. Não, eu quero sua comida, eu prefiro esperar pra comer alguma coisa melhor. LOL?
If you're not in the mood to
Rude?
eat, I can get you some drinks. We just got some great shipments in from above.
Yes, please? Huh. Paimon didn't know you could get non-welfare stuff at this place.
It's not for everyone. Think of it as a special treat for VIPs.
Oh, now that's what Paimon likes to hear. In that case, 2 bottles of the drink for Paimon, please.
2 bottles coming right up.
Ela fez
Our
garrafa
first
de
meeting
queijo,
took
presta
place
atenção.
on short notice, and we were both swamped by everything that happened after, so there was no time for more casual chit-chat. I'm actually quite fond of stories, you know. Of course, the others have already told me a lot
Nossa,
about your deeds
pior
and
que
fun
tem
pain, but I'd love to hear
a
it straight
comunidade
from the
começou a
source.
perceber que acho que depois de Sumeiro, meio que em Sumeiro, do Sumeiro pra frente, a Paimon ela fica muito tóxica, ela fica muito sabe que aquela criancinha malvada, criancinha maldita que fala umas tipo tira sarro, fala umas coisas assim meio grosseiras, sem educação. Começou a ficar assim meio que no final de Inazuma, quando começou o Sumero. Tipo, não mimada, só, ela só, tipo, é mal educada. Tipo, ela é malvada, sabe? Tipo. Mano, teve esse último evento que era sobre o menininho lá que teve depressão e se matou. E aí o personagem Freminete, ele fala que ele entende isso porque ele meio que vivia num mundo imaginário também. E, mano, ela tira sarro dele. Tipo, velho, é um assunto mal sério, tá ligado? E ela tira sarro. Tipo, por que estão tornando a Paimon um monstro, tá ligado? Ela tá tipo um monstrinho agora. E ela não era assim no começo. No começo do jogo ela era boazinha, fofinha, boazinha. Mas conforme com o passar do tempo ela foi ficando mais bocuda, sabe? Ela ficou bocuda. E o pessoal na comunidade meio que reclamou disso. Tanto que eu acho que deu uma desacelerada nisso. Mas ela ainda é bocuda, só que menos. E, nossa, as primeiras missões, os primeiros eventos de Sumero, mano. Que ela tava muito insuportável. Alimentando a teoria de que ela vai ser o vilão final. Nossa, já pensou?
Impressive.
Passar o
Not all
jogo inteiro
possess
com a
the courage
boneca
to
do
risk
seu
their
lado
life
e
for
no
their
final ela
ideals
vai
also
ser a
have the
vilã.
strength to make it out unscathed. Had you not possessed these remarkable
Esse é um
qualities,
grande plot twist.
probably wouldn't have had the chance to make your acquaintance in the first place.
Paimon gets the sense that you're trying to flatter us. That guy we talked to earlier was obviously trying to get us to put in a good word for him, but you're the Duke, right? Why would you need to get on our good side?
Well, after all, you did help the fortress and I maintain our autonomy. Is it so strange that I would want to give a few words of praise out of genuine admiration?
É porque você nunca fala de si.
So this is a matter of trust. Which is unfortunate, since I don't have nearly as interesting of a story to offer about myself. I was convicted and sent here at an early age. I only became the top dog after spending a long time figuring out its inner workings. Power and control come in many forms. Some fair and ethical,
Quantos anos
others
será que o Riley tem?
less so. And since we're all sinners here, the victor calls the shots, no matter how they
Eu
manage
diria
to
que
get to the top.
ele tem assim cara de
So, what do you think?
uns
Didn't put you much more at ease now, did it?
27, 28.
Kinda. You're really different from most of the people we've met so far.
I'm perfectly aware of that too, but even so, that doesn't make me think any less of you. I would very much like to maintain friendly relations with you two.
Your Grace, after following your instructions, we were able to find a box of undeclared contraband in the latest shipment of cargo. They were extremely well hidden, and we've confirmed that the senders have been using this method to smuggle goods for a while. We're trying to trace the goods to their source.
Got it. Leave the box here and contact me immediately if you make any progress. You're dismissed.
Yes, Your Grace.
Sorry, I'd almost completely
Nossa,
forgotten
caixa.
about this.
She mentioned something about contraband. Are they like dangerous goods?
Not necessarily. The term is just applied to
Nossa,
things
by the way, eu
people want
falei
to bring in
do
on the sly.
calor. Eu tô sentindo calor mesmo com tudo apagado. Então, meu plano meio que não deu muito
Brits are
certo.
pulling rabbits out of the most ordinary hats.
Mas
So
tá
we have
menos
to
calor,
examine
mas
everything
tá
carefully.
pouco calor ainda.
Now, what do we have here?
Quantos graus tá? Deixa eu ver.
It's more or less what I expected.
Whoa, this is certainly a box
É,
of
aqui tá
curiosities.
26
More
graus.
Snacks, yarn, balls,
Tá
ropes,
abafado.
mechanical parts, and even a gem. Wait, if you've confiscated this entire box, then does
Tô
that
com
mean
medo.
all of this belongs to you now?
Yep. We can't just send them back up now, can we?
What? But that's just insane profit. Traveler, why don't you become a duke as well?
E quanto a você?
Paimon will be your vault keeper.
Jokes aside, I didn't know you'd be so interested in this box. How about this then? You can pick anything you want from it. Consider it a gift from me.
Ah, será que eu posso escolher mesmo?
You'll let Paimon pick anything? No takebacks. Paimon will have you know that she's got a real good eye for treasure.
I never joke about things like this.
All right, Paimon's gonna have a look. Paimon wants this one. This dark, sparkly gem.
Nossa,
You just know it must be worth a ton of more.
sai até fumaça da pedra. Ih,
Actually, never mind. Paimon doesn't want this gem anymore. Can Paimon pick something else instead?
qual o problema?
There's something weird about this gem.
Eita!
Paimon remembered a lot of bad things when she picked it up. Paimon couldn't even tune them out. It's as if the gem was just drawing them out of Paimon's brain. It was super spooky.
Is that so? Let me give it a try.
Ih,
Paimon's right. I too experienced some unpleasant flashbacks.
nossa. Deixa eu tentar.
Are you sure? I wouldn't exactly call it fun. Fair enough. Go ahead. I don't think it'll have a permanent effect.
O que será que ele vai lembrar? Será que ele vai lembrar da luta no começo? Contra Deus? É, não. Ah! A traição da... Tá, legal.
Are you okay, Traveler? You also saw something, right?
Pegar números bem
I'll take this
inesquecíveis.
gem then and run a thorough investigation on its properties. Paimon, feel free to pick something else.
Then, actually, never mind. Paimon's gonna pass. Paimon was thinking about one of the snacks, but who knows if it'll also make Paimon sick.
O seguro morreu de velho.
You do have a point. In that case, we should destroy the entire box and all of its contents. Seems like we're almost done with our drinks, too. Let's go check out the Society's gathering place, then. I can introduce you, and we can also continue our conversation while we're at it.
Wait, are you this free every day or something?
Vixe.
Just noticed? I wasn't exactly busy the first time we met, either.
Vagabundo. Deixa eu pegar minha comida. Aqui, velho. Que estranho. Ok, pegue mais um, brincadeirinha. Que ódio, eu queria, velho. Ah, eu posso trocar isso aqui, ó. Que coisa aí, ó, conquista. Só que é... Ah, é porque eu peguei vários dias, ó. Obtenha uma tirinha da sorte. Ah, tá. Não. É por causa do coisa que eu peguei. Legal. Vamos aqui, ó.
We are honored by your visit, Your Grace. All of us at the Society have been waiting for your arrival. Are these your two guests?
Mm-hmm. Let me introduce you to them. Traveler, this is Dugier, the head of the Beret Society. This is their gathering place. Members can find all sorts of drinks and snacks here, as well as a large variety of books and other resources. Every once in a while, the Society will also host activities and seminars, which are always well attended.
You flatter me, Your Grace. All we did was set up an organization in the same way as you would in the world above. It's so easy to feel lonely and helpless when you arrive here for the first time. I remember that feeling all too well. None of us knew anything about this place then, after all. But that's when the thought came to me. If we could help everyone turn over a new leaf, they would no longer have to lead such gloomy existences. Thus, it was with your help that I founded the Beret Society.
Oh, so you were also involved with this, Risley?
My part in this was minimal. All I did was follow procedure and rubber stamp the application. I'm sure you have a very good sense of what this place is about by now. As you know, not everyone takes their sentence seriously. For some, this is just another place where they can eat, breathe, and sleep. But the society is a great place for those who wish to turn things around.
Exactly right. Here, we keep an eye on each other and remind each other of our goals. Everyone can focus on rehabilitating our mental states and even make many new friends. Our operations are entirely funded by members' donated goods and credit coupons. Same for the things you can see here.
Who knew you could find such a place in the Fortress of Mirrapede? Oh, right, and what's the deal with the hats?
Ah, there's nothing deep about it. I just felt like we needed some kind of visible identifier. If our members felt joy and pride from being a part of this group, then the hats would become a point of pride for them as well. And when we're together, we will feel a sense of community from seeing everyone's hats. Optimism, community, hard work, and a desire for a new life. I hope this hat will show everyone everything we have been working towards.
In other words, that hat has come to represent something like a model citizen, which also helps them recruit new members.
Once again, you are exactly right, Your Grace. That's a part of our goal as well. Let's take a little old seat over here. There's no need for us to stand. I'll ask the members to get us some drinks. Please wait here just one moment. Feel free to look around too if you want to learn more about us.
Oh, right. What happened to your slow day, Risley?
Seems like I shouldn't underestimate an adventurer's keen sense of observation. I'll bear that in mind the next time I need to do something low-key. Kidding, of course. We're just discussing some small matters. It shouldn't take long. We've also already gone over the organization's vision. Instead of listening to me try to explain some more, maybe it'd be better if you took a look around for yourself.
Vou ver um negócio aqui. Ai.
Why does Paimon feel like you didn't answer the question
Isso
at all?
é uma prisão.
Well, we're already here,
É que é tipo assim, em Fontaine tem uma torre debaixo d'água e ela serve de prisão. E aí o Risley meio que é o duque dessa prisão. Porque nela tem um sistema assim que você vai ganhando respeito, um bagulho assim. Conforme você faz ações e junta umas. Tipo uns cupons assim que valem como se fosse dinheiro. E aí, tipo, as pessoas que têm mais disso, elas meio que tem mais respeito, um negócio assim. Aí você trabalha na torre. Tem esse restaurante que todo mundo pode comer de graça. Isso aqui uma vez por dia. É tipo um sistema, assim, separado do mundo de fora, né, nessa prisão. E aí o Risley, ele é o dono da prisão. E aí o que aconteceu? Aconteceu um evento na história que o personagem, o Child, ele foi preso, só que ele sumiu da torre. Aí o Neuvillette meio que mandou... O Neuvillette é o juiz lá, o fodão de Fontaine. Ele inventou uma acusação pra gente ser preso de propósito, mas na verdade era só pra gente conseguir se infiltrar na torre pra investigar o que aconteceu com o Child. Aí foi assim que a gente veio parar aqui. Isso aqui, tipo, a gente meio que já acabou a nossa sentença, mas a gente só volta pra visitar mesmo. Aí tô fazendo agora a missão do Risley. A missão de personagem dele. Aí a gente tá vendo o que acontece aqui. Vou conversar com essa sociedade da Bonnie.
Gathering place. Is there anything you'd like me to explain to you?
E aí tem várias facções da prisão, tipo... Pelo que eu tô vendo, essa sociedade da Borne é uma das facções que surgiu dentro da prisão. E meio que, tipo, isso, foda-se, sabe? Ele só... Você meio que pode fazer o que você quiser dentro da prisão, desde que você siga as regras básicas. Acho que não pode destruir nada. Sei lá, eu acho que tem umas regras que você tem que seguir, mas você meio que é livre pra fazer o que quiser. Se você não quiser trabalhar, você pode só não fazer nada também. É tipo, você tá preso, mas ao mesmo tempo livre. E você vai pra uma sociedade paralela ao mundo real.
Well, that's not a bad comparison. It is my job to explain our amenities and benefits to our latest members. I'm sure Mr. Dugier has already explained some of it, but allow me to fill you in some more. Besides this space, which our members use to rest and relax, we also have an entertainment room, a fitness room, and a self-study room. These rooms are open to all of our members. We want everyone to be able to use their free time to the fullest.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Do you have a restaurant too? If you did, you also wouldn't have to eat at the big cafeteria anymore.
Unfortunately, we don't. For matters like that, we still have to rely on His Grace. We started a collaboration with the cafeteria a while back, though, so they'll let us borrow their kitchen to do some simple research into recipes and cooking.
Yeah, Paimon can definitely see how it'd be easier to live your life if you had all this support.
Yep, and that's exactly why Mr. Dugier founded the society. We all think we made the correct choice to join him.
Ó, tá vendo? Tipo, essa aqui eles realizam várias atividades, né? Eu tô vendo um cara que tá. Sei lá o que ele tá fazendo. Mas ele provavelmente deve estar pintando, escrevendo alguma coisa. Ó, o pessoal estuda, entendeu? Eles fazem de tudo na nossa cidade. Olha, eu puguei meu.
The Society is planning to host another event soon. We haven't had many new recruits recently, so...
Ah, the one you mentioned to me before. The idea is sound, but I still have some concerns about the specifics.
A bunda dele é tão grande que ela atravessa a cadeira, eu acho. Assim. Eita porra, ele deu um socão no cara sem querer. Deixa eu falar com essa aqui agora.
Hey, what are you doing over here?
Oh, hello. You are guests of the Duke, are you not? I'm organizing the bookshelves. Want to take a look? We've got some classics, as well as a few books that the members published themselves. Yeah, most of them are writing diaries or autobiographies on their time in the organization. Some quit drinking. Some learned to tailor. Some became real good at calligraphy. And even I've learned to use a camera. We find it kind of funny. You see, had we managed to stay above ground, none of us would have ever had the time to learn any of those skills.
Ah, it's because you all have a lot more free time now.
Not only that, but we've also now got the mental space to think about taking on new things. Before we came here, we were constantly exhausted just trying to live. With how the Duke and Mr. Dugier have organized our lives down here, though, all we need to do is think about the things that we want to do. You never know what you may be good at until you give it a try. And while you're here, no matter what you do, you won't get judged for it. After all, there's no need to conform to societal expectations when you're already in jail.
So this is something like a safe space.
Yeah, that's exactly right. After all, not everyone is good at fighting, or have the physical strength to do hard labor. The society is exactly what some of us need. And that's it. I just finished organizing this shelf as well, so feel free to check it out if you want. Just remember to put the books back after you're done.
Don't worry, we will.
Inclusive, tem alguns NPCs em outras missões que eles dão a entender que eles querem ser presos de propósito, sabe? Só porque a vida dentro da torre parece ser muito melhor do que a vida na sociedade. Yes.
Hey, you there, newbie!
Hello? Are you talking to Paimon?
Yep, I'm talking to you. Now, why don't you follow my lead and take a deep breath before letting everything out like this? Ha!
Não, desculpa. É, então. Imagina você poder viver um lugar que você pode fazer o que você quiser o tempo todo. A única. Quer dizer, o único drawback é que você ia perder o contato com todo mundo fora e nunca mais ia ver a luz do sol. Mas lá dentro você pode fazer o que você quiser. Não sei.
That's how I pump myself up
É
every
uma
day.
troca, né?
A lot of my friends have found it super useful too. With one shout, you can release all the fatigue, resentment, and unpleasantness from your lungs and return to the day with all the optimism in the world. Why don't you also give it a try, huh? I promise that it'll work.
Pode fazer o que você quiser e com comida grátis.
Feeling shy? That's alright. As long as you remember this trick, it'll come in handy one day. Just remember to take a deep breath and let it all out if you find yourself at your wit's end.
É, aí é foda.
Alright, we've talked to everybody. It sure sounds like they're all pretty happy. That would explain why Risley only had good things to say about this place.
É. Peraí.
Huh. It looks like they're starting to wrap up their conversation as well. Let's go over to them.
Of course, Your Grace. I will attend to those matters right away.
Okay, then I don't have anything else to add. Oh, you're back. What did you think about this place? Now, note that your opinion will also affect my review of Dugier and the society as a whole.
Wait, I didn't know they were also a part of the evaluation process. It's all right with me, though. I'm pretty confident about our growth and activities.
Paimon thinks it's
O
pretty
QR
good.
Code. Deixa eu ver.
Don't think anyone expected you to get a society going here of all places.
É... Ah, sim. Vou colocar ele um pouco mais pra cá. Acho que aqui tá bom. Ou aqui em cima. Deixa eu botar aqui em cima. Acho que fica melhor. Aqui em cima não vai aparecer nada. É. Ele tá bom. Muito obrigado. Não, não era não. Aqui realmente eu só, tipo, quis colocar no cantinho. Mas acho que o cantinho superior é melhor do que o inferior. Nessa tela, pelo menos.
Ah, so it seems that you were able to get a sense of our vision and values. That's all I can ask for, really.
The prisoners here all have very different personalities and psychological needs. Our needs are like violent beasts. If we can't face them properly, they'll grow restless and enraged, causing... But if we can play, they lose their fangs, and they can even be converted into fuel for fall. Which is why, in my opinion,
Oxe, a voz dele cortou
reconcile
mesmo?
with oneself is the first step on the path to redemption.
Oxi, que estranho.
You've hit the nail on the head, Your Grace. Before I founded the Society, I'd met too many people who could not come to terms with themselves. And I'm sure that a part of your support is rooted in your desire to help those people find their way.
And Paimon thought everyone was enjoying life just fine, working and fighting.
Of
É,
course,
então
that
acho que foi o
lifestyle
jogo
is
mesmo.
more than enough for some people in the fortress. For others, though, they would just be useless distractions.
Speaking of
Cortou
fighting, I'm
a
not sure if you
última
knew this,
palavra dele.
but even His Grace sometimes fights in the
Será que eu
ring.
cliquei em alguma coisa sem querer?
What? You fight in the ring too? Wearing those high-tech boxing gloves of yours?
Oh, I almost never need them.
Eu moscando aqui, tinha que escolher. É, quase nunca você diz.
Hey, isn't that the guy who lost his hat? Did you come here to relax too?
Nossa. Ih. Ih.
What's wrong? Did you forget about us already?
Are you
Ixi.
feeling all right? You are looking a little pale.
No, I'm fine. Thank you for helping me get my hat back. I'm sorry, but I've got to go.
He's still as weird as before. Paimon's kind of used to it by now, though.
Dugier, do you know what's up with him?
I'm also not too sure about that. As far as I recall, he's always been a little strange, but I'll check up on him later. After all, it's my responsibility as the leader to make sure that no one falls through the cracks.
We'll leave him to you then. Where were we before we got sidetracked?
Algo sobre distrações de
Oh, right, about that.
novo.
You might have thought that I was joking, but in a place like that, everyone will use everything in their power to win. And when emotions run high, things often spiral out of control. That would be when I need to pull out my gloves to maintain order. Sometimes you might need more than just gloves as well. This pair of handcuffs has also come in handy quite a number of times. Oops.
A pedra.
Isn't that awful gem? You're still carrying it with you?
Yeah, I kept it on me because of its special qualities. It won't affect me as long as I don't let it come into contact with my skin.
Go on, you guys. Pick up the item for His Grace, would you?
Yes, right away.
A questão de olho nessa pedra.
That gem shines with quite the dazzling light. I hope it hasn't been damaged.
Ué, o cara
Your
pegou e não
Grace,
aconteceu
please
nada
let
com
me
ele?
know if there's something wrong with it now.
It still looks good to me. Say, Dugier, have you ever seen a gem like this?
Never, Your Grace. Don't think I've ever been rich enough to afford this kind of a thing.
I guess that's fair. We've already gone over most of the things that I wanted to talk about, so let's wrap up for the day. The Traveler also has some other plans, after all.
Got it, Your Grace. Take care, everyone. I'll take you to the exit. Traveler, Paimon, it was an honor.
A gente levar pra saída, a saída dois passos dali.
Again. And that goes for you as well, Your Grace. We wish you all the best in your endeavors.
And same to you.
Incrível.
Paimon doesn't think we made any plans for the rest of the day. Why did you lie to him?
Well, what's your opinion of the society now that you've taken a look around their headquarters?
Paimon thinks it's pretty chill. Weren't you complimenting them the entire time as well? Paimon doesn't remember exactly what you said, but wasn't it something along the lines of encouraging people to embrace their new lives with optimism? There's only one potential problem. If the society does too good a job managing and rehabilitating its members, you may be soon out of a job.
That is certainly a possibility. But at this point in time, they're still reducing my workload by managing and rehabilitating prisoners in my stead. I wanted to see just how much they've managed to accomplish, and also get a sense of Dugier's plans for the future. I arranged for a meeting out of curiosity, but then I noticed some faint hints of dissonance.
Dissonance?
I'm sure the Traveler has sensed it too.
O estrela
As
daquele lugar.
expected, you also picked up on it. The whole truth is a bit complicated, so I'll explain everything to you later. I can tell you right now, though, that this was an unexpected turn of events. I had hoped to take care of it in secret, but now a confrontation may no longer be avoidable. It's hard to predict what might happen next.
You've completely lost Paimon.
Why don't you take this opportunity to check back on the gathering place? Just tell them you left something of yours there by accident. If my hypothesis is correct, Dugier should already have left. And with his watchful eye removed, you may well get a very different reception from the members.
Can't you just tell us exactly what to expect?
Ai, Paimon.
I'm just following the most popular playbook in Fontaine. Investigate, obtain evidence, and then use the truth to render judgment. It's been so long since I got to watch a performance at Opera Epiclese that I've even begun to miss it. I'll explain everything to you later, but right now we need to seize this opportunity. Find out what you can from them now while they're all in one place. We might not get another chance like this anytime soon.
Eu não enxergo meu teclado, tá escuro.
Huh. It's just as Risley said. Seems like Dugier is no longer here. You said you felt there was something off about this place, right? So let's see if we can feel something out. Paimon will do her best to help.
Wait, you guys are...
Oh shit.
We're really sorry. We just realized that we lost something, and we figured we might have left it here by accident. We'll be on our way as soon as we find it.
Nossa, com certeza dá pra acreditar nisso que ela falou. Ué.
Nobody? It's okay. There's no need to be nervous. It's not like we lost a whole bag of Mora or anything. We'll just look for it ourselves if none of you caught a glimpse of it. We're not gonna tell Risley anything, don't worry.
I'll go find Mr. Dugier.
No need. We're just looking for something. Why does he have to know?
Ué. Isso é extremamente suspeito.
We can look around for it, yeah?
Eu, hein? Tá muito suspeito. Vou falar com ele de novo.
Are you still organizing the bookshelves?
Yeah, and... I'm sorry. But you can't check out the books right now.
We weren't thinking about that to begin with, but weren't you super friendly just a moment ago?
Sorry.
Hey, hello? Anyone home?
Hello? How can I help you? The Beret Society offers a variety of resources and benefits to its members, and, I mean, you've already heard my spiel. I don't know anything beyond what I've already told you.
You don't know anything?
Sorry, that's not what I meant. It's just... there's nothing more I can tell you.
Ué.
Hey, big guy.
What do you want?
Isn't this how you greeted us earlier? Take a deep breath and let it all out.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You sure are a fast learner. I ate something earlier, so I'm falling into a bit of a food coma, and, I mean, not everyone can be super upbeat all the time, right? You're looking for something, you said? I didn't see it, but, it should be somewhere nearby.
Okay, Paimon sees what you meant now. Seems like they really don't want to talk to us, so let's just head back.
Oh, you're back. How were things at their headquarters?
It was as if they had all turned into completely different people.
That would prove my suspicions. The dissonance I mentioned earlier was precisely that fleeting moment of fear behind the cheerful facade.
Right. He was acting super scared too when we saw him at the gathering place. Actually, hasn't he just been acting super paranoid since we first met?
And that's precisely why I took his hat.
Oh, so the one who started it all was... It was you all along!
It's because I wanted to figure out what's really going on. I don't believe any of Dugier's talk about unstable mental states. Not too long. Dugier made very elaborate preparations for my visit. But I don't know. It almost feels like the performance was too elaborate.
Okay, but if you think something's wrong, why don't you just take the whole society into custody? Aren't you the Duke? You can do whatever you want in this place.
Well, maybe you're actually a better fit for the position than I am. Just give me the word and I'll hand you the cuffs. In all seriousness, however, cuffs and the like should be used sparingly. They're mostly for show. Everything I do is on display. The way people see me act determines the kind of world I can create down here. And I've always striven to appear fair and reasonable to the people.
That sounds a bit deep. Paimon's not sure she got all of it.
Yeah, you've hit the nail on the head. I have to lead by example if I want to maintain expectations of justice and order. And that's why, even though Dugier had already let a few things slip, I didn't want to turn on him without irrefutable evidence.
Alright, so you're saying Dugier has figured out some way to control the members of his society. And even though the members are acting all optimistic and motivated, it's all just a shell.
Indeed. He certainly seems to be using some coercive methods to turn his members into the most upbeat and motivated group of people you've ever seen. And that won't turn out well in the long run. I have some faith, though, that some of the members understood the hint I gave during our visit. The line has been set, and it's quite likely that a fish will bite.
Fish? Bite?
Let's give them some time. My guards will need it to finish their investigation, too. You can find me in my office when the time comes.
Hey! Don't just leave before you've explained everything to Paimon! Hey!
And it's true.
Finally evening. Risley's probably wrapped up his investigation. Paimon has no idea what that guy's thinking. Let's just go find him and ask him what he's really up to.
Oh, here you are. Did you manage to land a lucky pull on the welfare meals tonight?
Let's just get straight to the point. Has anything else happened with the society?
Patience, Paimon. Even as the situation continues to brew, we still need to make sense of what we learned so far and go over any sticking points. I'm actually still thinking about the first thing that came to my mind when I noticed something amiss. Namely, why didn't anyone come to me about it?
Oh, that's a good point. Could whatever they're afraid of be so powerful that even you won't be able to do anything about it?
But even if such a thing existed, how could they be so sure without checking with me first? It'd be one thing if it was just one or two people, but it seems like everyone's convinced that I won't be able to help. Which leads me to believe that it's more likely that they think I just wouldn't care to help them. Yes, something like that. Dugier must have told them something to make them think I won't take their side. so it became imperative for me to refute that and prove my true stance. Of course, I had originally planned to do this in a more covert way, but I had to improvise when you identified the guy who'd lost his hat with everyone present. There was no way to keep our investigation a secret after that.
That makes sense. Wait, then does that mean it was all Paimon's fault?
Foi.
The last thing that guy wanted was for Dugier to find out that he'd lost it. He would have never brought the matter up on his own. But now, not only has Dugier found out that he'd lost his hat, he's also realized that we were the ones who found it. That likely set his internal alarms off all at once. Yes, that's the conclusion I came to as well. It's the only thing that could explain the fear. If we didn't act right then and there, Dugier would probably come up with some other way to hide the truth and we'd be back to square one. So after giving the matter some thought, I tossed that black gem onto the ground. I must say, I was pretty satisfied with the results.
So you did that on purpose?
Yes, that's right. Of course, that box was discovered as part of our investigation of the Society from the very beginning. I had no way to know if any of the members had actually seen the gem before, but since I had to do something, I decided to gamble. Right. And I said back there that I had no idea what the gem represented. That should have been enough to let people know that it's still early days for my investigation. And since I was traveling with you, heroes who have never turned a blind eye to evil and injustice, they would also understand that we're here to help, rather than to tolerate or uphold the status quo.
You used us as a part of your plan too!
My apologies. There was no time and quite a lot to explain, so I figured it might be easier to just let you see a few things for yourselves. But I can assure you that I've now told you everything there is to know. Of course, you're under no obligation, but I would really appreciate it if you could continue to lend me your support and help me figure out the true secret behind the Society. Would you be willing to lend me your support?
But Paimon's still mad at you!
You have my thanks. Now, there are still two outstanding matters in our investigation. The first is the secret of the hats. I've examined one before. There was nothing suspicious about the item itself. The other is the true purpose of the black gem. We haven't been able to get anything out of anyone with actual knowledge of it. It's my hope that a brave fish will take my bait and venture outside of their dark and murky pool. I'll put some music on while we wait.
Incrível. Oi. Estou fazendo lendária do Risley.
Excuse me, Your Grace, but may I come in? I'm afraid that someone's been following me.
Please, do.
I apologize for my lack of composure.
Como eles estão?
These two are the guests that came with you to our gathering place, correct?
Pera, qual tio?
Yes, my lover Fasol told me all about you. Please, help us, Your Grace. He's in great danger right now.
Slow down, take a deep breath, and start from the top.
Ah, sim.
What happened at the Society?
Nossa, faz tempo que eu não
I'm
vejo
sorry,
ele.
Your Grace. I will try. I think I should start from when you saw Fasol last.
You mean when we saw him at the gathering place?
Foi só que eu perdi o boné, né?
Yes, he fled immediately, but many members are hot on his heels.
Eita.
Thankfully, he still managed to meet up with me and explain everything that had happened. Now
Ele
that
dita
he's lost
surpresa.
Dugier's trust, what awaits him is agonizing censure.
Censure?
Censure is Dugier's method of
Mas
establishing
eu tava
control,
conversando com o New
as
Wave.
well as the thing we all fear the most. Rather than listening to me explain what it is, Your Grace, please, just let me show it to you. Every secret may be found within...
Ah, here you are. I was wondering where you had run off to in such a hurry. Please excuse us, Your Grace. It was never our intention to disturb you like this. You see, Avisa's mental state has been rather unstable ever since she arrived at the fortress. She rambles often, has hallucinations. It may be best to dismiss her babbling as random gibberish.
I don't recall hearing a knock or giving permission for you to come in.
Tome.
Oh, my apologies. I merely did not wish for Your Grace to be alarmed. Had I not been so focused on recovering her, I would have followed all the rules of etiquette to the letter. So please, forgive my discourtesy.
Like we believe you.
Você tem muita coragem de mostrar sua cara aqui.
Please, there's no need to be upset. It's only natural to want to side with the poor sick girl, but I know His Grace to be a reasonable man.
Well then, what if the reasonable man wants to hear the lunatic out?
That would be perfectly fine with me. Oh, and just so you know, we've also found the missing Mr. Fasal. I had no idea why he was so upset about losing his hat, really. Thankfully, he has already returned to his senses. We've brought him back to our place, so there's no need to worry.
I'm sorry, Your Grace. I don't have anything more to say.
This is what you're afraid of, correct? You can tell me everything. I'll do all I can for you.
I've never seen that thing in my life.
Você consegue, Miss?
Your Grace, I don't think there's anything else she would like to say. Pressuring her will not get you anywhere.
Vai jogar então.
It's all right, Avis. As long as you tell me what it is that you're terrified of, no matter what it is, it will no longer be able to hurt you. I swear this on my name and honor as the Duke.
Your Grace, forget it. I'll keep my mouth shut. I've already said everything I could say about the matter.
I'm sorry, Your Grace, but I really don't have anything more to say.
Ai, que saco!
Please, don't press me further.
But why?
Ele não vai matar o cara, é impossível.
In that case, Avis and I will be off. Once again, please accept my apologies for disturbing your peaceful evening, Your Grace.
Miss Avis, please show me your head. That is an order.
Porra.
There's nothing there.
Your Grace, I know you have long tired of my words, but please believe me when I say you've merely let your worries get to your head. The Society has never caused trouble for you or any of the guards at the fortress. We've spent all of our time working hard and trying to lead better lives. Why are you doing everything in your power to prove our guilt? What's wrong with the current state of affairs? I'll do anything for you, as long as you give me the word. Why are you so intent on getting rid of someone who's been unfalteringly loyal?
Your words bore me. You know the consequences if I find you to be lying.
Everything that I do for the Fortress of Meripede. But Your Grace is welcome to visit us any time to confirm the true intent of our activities. All right, Avis. Let's head back.
Just what's up with that guy? He makes Paimon really, really mad. We should have shown him his place.
Eu tô
Sooner or
assim.
later, all will pay the price for their arrogance. Oh, he must have been well prepared for this exact scenario, or he wouldn't have dared to be so openly hostile. All the more reason for us to be patient. The entire society are his hostages. His subordinates would definitely react if he were taken into custody.
É,
And that's why he dared to bare his fangs right in front of me.
não vamos deixar esse safado
The
dessa.
true secret of the society is neither on the hat nor on the members' heads. Dugier probably knew this from the very beginning, which is why he didn't panic. However, if we were to look at the rules, it would also seem like the head has to be the place where they're keeping all of their secrets.
Yeah, none of this makes sense to Paimon either. What are they trying to hide?
The hats are definitely being used to hide a secret, but there's nothing wrong with the hats themselves. But if there's nothing on her head, why did Avise feel the need to remove her hat?
Pois é.
From the way Dugier acted, he must have known from the beginning that we wouldn't be able to find any evidence.
Grampo de cabelo.
I have an idea, but...
Que coincidência também.
Huh? What is it? Tell Paimon about it!
Ela só queria tirar a presilha do
You
cabelo.
mean this thing? So, she handed a key piece of evidence over to us without Dugier noticing. That would mean that Avise didn't stay silent out of fear. She stayed silent because she'd already given us what we needed. Let me take a look. I managed to remove this from the hair clip. It's long, slender, and conical, is hollow on the inside, and looks something like a cross between a nail and a thorn.
Nossa. É tipo um espeto, sei lá.
Paimon's lost again.
Let's see. What if we do this?
Hey, what are you doing? Wait.
What?
Some dark liquid is leaking out of the gem.
Oh. Ew.
And some of it has been absorbed by this thorny-looking thing.
A gema é usada como recipiente para um tipo de líquido.
You've probably heard before that water is filled with the strongest emotions of humanity.
Já.
With that in mind, this liquid is probably a highly concentrated solution of fear.
Oh, so that's why even touching it will make you remember unpleasant things.
Então com esse espinho
Dugier would be
fundido.
able to censure others. I can only imagine how it would feel to have this directly injected into your brain.
Ew.
The moment it hits you would be like being flooded with all the terrors you've ever experienced in your life. Agony, desolation, and an overwhelming sense of despair. No wonder they're all so terrified of it.
So, was the hat meant to cover up their wounds?
Nossa.
That might not even be all. Let's go get them right away. We can't let Dugier escape with all of the evidence.
Ah, eu fiquei cego por um... Eu tô cego. Eu estou cego. Vou chegar um socão já.
Your Grace, we have taken the Society members into custody. They all tried to flee just a little while ago, as if they had received some kind of order. We decided to forestall their plan, and were just about to send the word when you unexpectedly arrived.
Great work, everyone.
You had prepared for something like this all along?
I had them stay here to keep an eye on things, so I'm glad that my intuition turned out to be correct. Perform a thorough search of the Society's headquarters and bring all the members to me.
Understood, Your Grace.
Now, let's check on them. As expected, they all have a hollow thorn inserted into a wound on their head.
Oh.
Paimon's glad her eyesight isn't so good that she can see it from here. Paimon's gonna float away for a bit.
Eles não tiraram o
They
espinho?
probably left it there as a lasting reminder of Dugier's censure. These people must have had to endure an unimaginable amount of pain.
Meu Deus, imagina.
Let's go check out the other areas too.
Poxa, Paimon. O que você tá achando disso? Eu tô vendo.
Hey, come here.
Huh?
Have a look at this.
Ah, eu vou não. Olhar aqui também. Quero falar com ela. Vou tirar uma foto dos dois. Dois Rice na promoção.
Look at what I found.
O que é isto?
This is a surveillance port.
Ah.
With this, Dugier would be able to remotely monitor everything that's happening at the gathering place.
Ah.
So even if Dugier's not there in person, he'll still always have eyes on the members. Indeed. It's easy to become lost and confused when you're given no instructions or any kind of script to follow. And if any action you take may be deemed a mistake, then perhaps it's better to do less, or to not do anything at all. Dugier has already tamed them to his will.
This is a book that Paimon found in a box next to the bookshelf. Its contents are exactly the same as this book on the shelf. The colors of the covers are completely different though, and the names of the authors also don't match up.
Ah, então pra fazer parecer que essa engine está sendo atualizada no antigo.
And they dared to claim that they wrote these too. Huh.
Your Grace! Your Grace!
What's the matter?
We couldn't find any society members in the other areas. It also seems like none of the equipment in those rooms were ever used. All the signs of wear and tear are fake. The lime scale, the layers of dust, they were all deliberately added. We also investigated the members' residences and weren't able to find anything. Their neighbors all say that they haven't returned home for ages.
Oh. Is that right?
They're gone? That could only mean...
Indeed. As long as he allowed society members to mingle with others, even with threats of censure, Dugier knew that he couldn't stop all of his members from speaking out. Meanwhile, this marvelous gathering place will lose all of its value as soon as a whistleblower sounds the alarm. So instead of being his real base, this is just an elaborate performance. The rest areas, the fancy equipment, even the members that we saw, they were merely part of the front. And only the most docile and well-trained members were selected as his performers.
But then, where can we actually find him?
Let me think. Dugier must be holding all the rest of his members in another place. And if the overseer of my fortress guard has never alerted me to anything of the sort, he must be in Dugier's pocket. I'm of the same mind. Let's go. You two, follow me. That's the most likely scenario to me. He's probably already caught wind of Dugier's declaration of war against me, and has fled to seek his protection. Let's keep heading down. There are some abandoned areas in there. Since he needs space, I'd guess Dugier probably converted them into his headquarters. We should be on the right track. Now we just need to find that turncoat. Let's go. We can take this path. You guys take the other.
Parece o Trevor. O Trevor Hydro.
Look, there's a fallen guard over there. Paimon sees some society members too.
After them.
It's rising. Run!
Peguei. Pulou nas pernas dele pra ele cair. Derruba ele no chão. Você não tentou correr?
Did Dugier send you? Why did you attack that guard?
Come on, it's time to talk. Can't you see that he's trying to help?
I will take your cooperation into consideration when it comes time to hand out sentences.
But Mr. Dugier, he didn't want this guy to expose our true location. We were just about to dispose of him when you caught up to us.
Ah.
So, in other words, your headquarters should be this way.
Yes, it's just down this way. You'll make it there once you've seen it pass through a large drainage pipe.
Guards, take them away. Let's go. It's about time that we find out what Dugier's really after.
Vamos. Alright. Aqui? Ah, finalmente achei esse teleporte. Acho que era o último que tava faltando da fortaleza. Acho que eu nunca vim pra esse lado. Vamos lá. Eu acho que vai trocar o meu Risley pelo Risley de teste, que é mais forte. Vamos ver. Tomara.
There's so much space down here.
Yeah, these are all former work areas. They've been left abandoned due to a lack of funds. There are usually guards on patrol here. It would seem that all of those guards have been bought as well. Stay sharp. He's got a ton of surprises waiting for us, I'm sure.
Aí, vamos ver como que tá a vida dele. Vai. Supervisão de caixa. Por que noblesse? Ele podia vir com o novo, né? Nossa, terrível. Eu odeio com... Ah! Vou ser 3 pontos. Nossa, tá forte, dá pra usar. Mas o artefato que mata. Detesto, mas tudo bem, vamos lá. Okay.
Shower me with praise. Let my name echo in some Barbados. Guide us. Go and splat. Everybody stand back.
Let's begin.
Have a safe trip.
Okay.
Hey, are you okay?
You're safe now. Just follow the guards and leave this place.
Who knew that there'd be Gardamex here? Dougie really prepared for everything.
And that would explain the strange decommission requests I received, as well as account for all the Gardamex that had mysteriously gone missing. Seems like he's prepared for an all-out confrontation with me.
Hey, what's this?
Seems like some kind of handbook. Let me see. Ah, this should be the Society's real rules book. It lists all the rules that they're expected to follow. Members are not permitted to speak to each other or to leave without formal permission. 5 members shall form a group, and the whole group will be punished for any single member's wrongdoings.
Nice.
Anyone who reports a fellow member's misbehavior shall be rewarded with food and water. I see. So it's much as I expected.
But that's just cruel and unreasonable.
To obtain food and water, prisoners are forced to snitch on others, and in the process cause pain to those around them. To avoid punishment, they learn to stop talking with one another. This leaves the wounds they've already received to fester, however, and so resentment builds until every prisoner has become an island. Finally, isolated and without hope, they accept their fate as Dougier's slaves. Do you remember what happened to Paimon? She rejected all the snacks in the box once she was spooked by that black gem. She's usually all for tasty snacks, but she chose to go against her instincts after a negative experience.
Ugh, is that the best example you could come up with? Anyway, Paimon still thinks she made the right decision. It never hurts to be careful.
No, your decision was valid. However, it's also valid to interpret that as a decision that you only made under emotional duress. The human heart is like a raft in a vast and empty ocean. We convince ourselves that we're in control, but in truth, a single wave could sweep us off course and send us crashing into the path of a storm. Those who use fear to lead others astray must pay for that crime.
Nossa.
If I'm not mistaken, the space ahead should be the central area of this place, but the door's been locked. Rather than confront Dougier, I think it's more important right now for us to rescue as many Society members as possible. You guys should wait here. We'll try to open the door and check out some other spots.
Open the door. Would we have to do something to this mechanism here? Paimon doesn't get it at all. Forget it, Paimon's just gonna do some trial and error.
Ah, tá. Como que vira? Acertar?
Whoa, it's turning! Is it because we touched this thing?
Você tem que tirar todos ao mesmo tempo.
The other side's open! Let's go.
Legal. Ah, meio que não tem opção, não. O que aqui agora? Tem algum lugar aqui que eu não vi, sabe? Ah, acho que... Ah, tem. Ups. Ai. Ok. Nossa, o catalisador dele é feinho, né? Caramba. Eu achei muito feio. Eu não gostei, não. Aí uma arma que eu acho que eu nunca vou pegar. Nem sei o que faz, peraí, deixa eu ver. Quando tá acontecer, muita carga, também ah, entendi. Ele vai ganhando buff de ataque, quando ele acumula 3 ele ganha velocidade.
Time to shine! Wait, hear me. I'm going in!
This could get a little chilly. A moment, please.
Oh, it's so high. We're not gonna have to climb all the way up, are we?
Activate the mechanism in front of us first, just like before. Let's see if that changes anything.
Looks like there's a mechanism that's gotten stuck. It won't turn alongside the others. Is there something we can do?
Ah, acho que eu já entendi.
Ooh, the water level's gone way up. So that's how we'll make it to the top.
These should be the prison cells. Lots of empty cells in here. Dugier's probably moved them elsewhere already.
Será?
Let's still rescue the ones who got left behind, though. Every person counts. Hey, it's alright now.
Opa!
You can leave this
Oxi.
No, I won't try to leave anymore. I'll never try to leave again.
E aí, galera?
I don't want any trouble.
Tudo bom, Roma?
Do that? Please calm down. We're not bad people.
Aqui
We
tá
won't
tudo
be able to get
ótimo.
through to her right now. Not with the stress
Tô colocando as
I'd
missões
also guess
do
there are many
Genshin
others
Impact
here who are
em
more or less
dia.
like her. Let's let the guards take care of them for now and keep pushing forward.
E aí, bicha, tudo bom?
Cara, eu sempre me pego de surpresa os meus próprios alertas, porque... Antigo. Eu só peço perdão por estar sem câmera hoje, porque tá muito calor e eu não tava afim de ligar a minha luz da minha cara. Porque esquenta, dá calor. Aí eu só tô sem câmera hoje. Hoje eu tô, como fala? Eu tô anônimo hoje. Mas e aí, gente, o que vocês estavam jogando lá? Ah, eu vi, eu sei, vocês estavam jogando Baldur's Gate 3, né? Eu vi, quando eu abri a Twitch eu vi que você tava online. Eu até pensei, nossa, o Roma voltou pra Twitch. Eu vi que você tava fazendo live no YouTube, né? Ah, da hora. Eu comecei a jogar Baldur's Gate 3, só que eu sou muito azarado naquele jogo, cara. Todas as vezes que eu preciso fazer alguma coisa importante e tem lá a rolagem de dados, eu sempre tiro um número muito baixo. Eu nunca consigo fazer nada funcionar. Aí a última vez que eu joguei, eu sei que eu acabei fazendo a cidade toda virar contra mim. Eu tava lutando contra todas as pessoas da cidade e meus personagens foram morrendo todos, obviamente. E eu falei, cara, eu acho que eu vou só tentar de novo mais tarde. Só que o mais tarde nunca chegou. Mas é um jogo muito bom, muito legal.
Alright. Let's search for an exit first.
Salvar no F5, isso aí eu não sabia. Vou usar essa dica quando eu for jogar. Eu não posso salvar essa moça aqui. É isso, ela vai ficar ali. Que é isso aqui atrás de mim? O que aconteceu? O que é isso aqui? Eu não lembro disso aqui não. É bug? É o stack da arma dele? É isso? Hein? O que é isso aqui? Ah, tá. É um... Provavelmente é uma notinha de um dos prisioneiros. É um fast save. Ah, sim. Nossa, geralmente quando eu salvava, eu tava, tipo, eu abria o menu e colocava lá pra salvar. Mas esse do F5 eu não sabia não. Vou tentar a próxima vez. Ah, aqui. Ele não abre? A Paimon falou pra gente resgatar as pessoas, mas as pessoas não... Eu não consigo fazer nada pra salvar elas. Tá, tem mais um aqui. Esse aqui deixou uma carta pra filha. Muito triste. Todas as pessoas estão sendo torturadas por um velho safado. O que foi? Perto antes de fazer a rolagem, e se precisar, carregue para a rolagem novamente. Nossa, é tipo um cheat, né? Beleza, vai lá. Tá. Vamos lá, preciso abrir aquele, né? Então eu tenho que virar isso. E aí eu isso. Tá ao contrário. Vou trancar isso. E agora vira só o outro. Pronto. Tá vendo? Você não precisa ser um gênio pra jogar Genshin Impact.
I'll go take a look.
I leave this area to you. Make sure to bring everyone out safe.
Understood. And please take care as well, Your Grace. We'll return here right away and await your orders.
Mm-hmm. Just focus on the tasks you've been given. I already have reliable help over here. Let's go back. We have unfinished business, do we not? That mechanism from the first room. Maybe we'll also need to hold it in place using the same device to open the door that leads to the central area. Don't forget to bring these along.
Ah, tá. Essa coisa. Isso aqui é o negócio que eu uso pra prender os negocinhos. Aqui, ó. Ó, tá vendo? Eu tenho 3. Ah, tá. Agora eu entendi. Beleza. Deixa eu... Ah, verdade, né? Deixa eu só explicar o que tá acontecendo aqui. Basicamente, a gente achou um esquema de um maluco que tá meio que escravizando umas pessoas dentro da prisão, usando uma substância que ele injeta diretamente no cérebro das pessoas. E aí, para esconder a ferida, né, do espeto, o pessoal dessa organização dele tem que usar essa boina. Aí chamou de... Como que é? Ah, é o grupo, não é grupo. Eu tô lendo agora e esqueci já, mas é o negócio da boina. Tem que usar essa boina, mas os integrantes do grupo usam a boina pra esconder a ferida do espeto. É um bagulho muito macabro, eu achei muito pesado. Aí a gente achou aqui a base secreta deles e a gente tá tentando encontrar o velho pra meter porrada na cara dele. Vamos lá. Tá, então... vamos ver. Eu tenho que virar esse, né? Esse aqui eu posso trancar. Aí eu acho que dá pra girar... Esse. Aí eu tranco ele. E aí eu giro só o último. Pronto. Ah, é bem fácil. Acho que agora eu vou enfrentar o Usão. Ele ainda ficava se fazendo de inocente. Mas a gente descobriu todo o plano dele. Isso aqui é tipo o final já da quest. Nossa, olha quanta gente. Sociedade da Boina, lembrei. Sociedade da Boina. Aí, ó.
To think that there are still some of you who find it permissible to spit upon our rules. Remember their names. Fasal and Avis. They've betrayed you, betrayed us. And today you will see with your own eyes what'll happen to those who betray our cause. Go on, Avis. Pierce his skull with the thorn in your hands, and then push in the Aqua Dolores.
Aqua Dolores, o nome do líquido. Nossa.
Of course, you will do it one drop at a time. Let it do its magic again and again, and don't stop until you've pushed all of it in.
Ai, que dó. Ele é tipo, ele é o noivo dela. Noivo, namorado.
I'm sorry.
Já pensou ter que fazer isso com o seu próprio namorado? Morte.
I'll find a way to
espetar a cabeça dele com... Nossa. Nossa, por que fizeram uma coisa tão pesada? Jogo não é pra criança, não, gente. Que isso?
That's enough, Dugier. Your rabid screams have been beyond nauseating.
Is that His Grace?
Oh, Risley. I knew you would come, but I didn't expect you to be so quick. Must you still refuse to let me be? Did I not spell everything out for you already? What's so blasphemous about sharing a slice of the cake with me when you've already got the entire fortress at your feet?
It would seem that you can't see the difference between sharing and looting.
E
And
a
on top
gente
of that,
conversando com eles atrás.
look at your
Falando,
people.
foge, porra, foge.
Are they not starving as you wolf down your cake?
You.
Ele disse
Stop
bolo.
acting all high and mighty like some hero of justice! Have you forgotten? Nobody in this blasted fortress is innocent! We are all irredeemable monsters who have destroyed something that others held dear. What's so wrong about punishing those who deserve to be punished? It's what they've always deserved. And please, are you really gonna tell me that you care about their lives and well-being when you just need a supply of labor to keep this place running?
Nossa.
Is it that all you need to keep your cushy life?
Sadly, you're wrong on both counts. Unlike you, I've never seen them as currency. The fortress is not only a place for confinement, but also a place for rebirth. Just as people are free to give in to the darkness within their hearts, they are also free to seek redemption and a new beginning. Our bodies have limits, but our spirits will always remain free. They may have made mistakes, but they are still human beings with people and things that they cherish. And most importantly, they should always retain the freedom to choose their own path once they've reflected on their past misdeeds. But you're destroying their spirits with fear, taking their freedom away so that they'll become slaves who will never again feel or think. And you say that's what they've always deserved? You are nothing compared to them.
He's really mad.
Eu me sinto do mesmo jeito.
You think me arrogant, Risley. Well, I think you're too young and naive. You understand nothing of this world. Nobody actually sees this fortress as any kind of just a wonderful place. See it for what it is. A dumping ground of pain and misery, irredeemable now and irredeemable forever. No prisoner will listen to you out of gratitude of their hearts. The whip is the only way to make them obey.
Eu amo que a animação atrasada com a fala.
I would have already taken control of all the garden mechs in this place. Your vision gives you strength. But how long will it hold against these powerful constructs?
Acho que alguns segundos.
But in the end, you know nothing outside of power and control. In that case, let me give you a small taste of what real power looks like.
Nossa, tá, vamos lá. Eu tô sem energia, muito bem. Ai, eu tô carregando. Hello. Vamos lá. Ai.
Shower me with praise. Time to shine. Wind, hear me.
Let's begin.
Tudo bem.
Face your guilt.
Nossa. Isso. Vai meter socão mesmo. Agora na cara dele, vai.
Fear can control everything. Well then, terrify me.
Don't high road me. You're just another crook. And it's time you got treated like one.
What? Ah, aí não.
What's the matter? Too
Gente,
scared?
ele apontou uma arma pra mim. Isso não é jogo de criança. A minha sobrinha joga esse jogo.
Funny how that slipped my mind. Well, from this point on, you can forget about that rule. The rules of the fortress are there to keep the likes of you in check.
Aye.
But if the Duke wants somebody dead, he needs no justification. Understood?
Bota ordem no barraco, Riley. Certo. Deixa eu Você tocou no final, chega ao fim. É isso aí. Cadê meu baú agora? Me dê meu baú.
Sorry for taking so long. Did I keep you
Cadê meu
waiting?
baú? Bem,
No,
baú.
not at all. Paimon didn't know you were so considerate.
Tá tudo bem, eu peguei um monte no caminho.
If you ask me, I'd say I actually feel very helpless. There's no way that I could truly empathize with the fear that the members felt every day. I could comfort and compensate them all I want, but it might still not be enough to repair the damage that has been done. I have to take responsibility for it, as does the fortress.
Não era uma sugestão séria.
Even I wouldn't be able to find humor in a situation like this.
So, do you have a plan for how you're gonna deal with him yet?
Malvadão.
Dugier? I've already got an idea. For now, I think I'll do nothing.
Huh? Why?
I think it's a very fitting punishment for him to have to imagine the sorts of punishments that will soon be coming his way. He'll be left in the dark with regards to both the dates and the details of his punishment. Of course, that's not to say that I'll be letting him off scot-free. It's not often that I actually get the chance to be creative with my punishments. I'm going to talk to the members of the society. He'll get a chance to experience everything that he's ever inflicted on them.
Boa ideia.
Paimon didn't know you could also be so harsh. Looks like she should watch her tongue when she's around you in the future.
Why do you think I'd do that kind of thing to you? You offend me, Paimon. Anyway, jokes aside, thank you so much for all of your help. There's still a lot for me to take care of, so... How about this? I'll treat you to a meal in 2 days at the Coupon Cafeteria. We should have a better handle on things by then.
No, Paimon's had enough of that place.
Don't worry, it won't be the same old welfare meal. I'll make the necessary arrangements.
Oh, then you've got yourself a deal.
Vamos ter que esperar mais 2 dias. É o que ele merece. Aquele meme da Kim Kardashian falando. É a Kim Kardashian? Não sei, é uma das Kardashian. It's what it deserves. Nossa, onde eu tô? Não lembro de ir pra cá. O que é aquilo colorido? Tipo sei lá. Que estranho. Deixa eu ir embora. Eu desci, eu lembrei agora. Aqui é onde a gente vai pro lugar lá que tava o mar primordial. Né? A saída é aqui. Tem que esperar 2 dias. Eu não vou esperar 2 dias de verdade, né? 2. Eu sei, meio-dia. Tinha hora? 11 horas, né? Pera. É 11:02, tá bom. Não preciso ser tão preciso com o ponteiro. Tô cansado. Deixa eu terminar essa missão e encerrar. Pronto.
Boring.
Boring.
Isn't there anything else more interesting to do?
Tem sim, a gente vai almoçar com o Rise agora. Almoçar não, parece um banquete, ó.
Paimon never forgets about meals. Even if the traveler forgets, Paimon will remind him for sure.
Se diz isso como se não estivesse alimentando ou algo assim.
That's not what Paimon meant at all. Risley, you got what Paimon meant, right?
Hmm? I'm a little confused, actually.
Hey, not you too.
Jokes aside, I've got some good news. After taking a look, the doctors have let me know that it shouldn't be too difficult to extract the thorns.
Ainda bem.
Which means that everyone should be able to recover after a period of rest. As for their mental recoveries, most are making good progress as well. We've added a few who were more severely affected to
Olha,
the
é uma
special
lasanha.
observation list.
Calma, deixa eu... Ah, queria ver os pratos.
I try my best.
Ó.
After all, it's my duty to take care
Olha.
of everything that happens within my territory.
Olha o tamanho dessa baguete. Isso aqui é a baguete com... não, esse aqui é tipo um pão de alho. Olha o tamanho desse pão de alho. Imagina comer um pão de alho desse tamanho. Olha o tamanho dessa lasanha. Esse aqui é aquele prato... É uma galinha assada com batata. Esse aqui eu não lembro qual que é. E esse aqui, se eu não me engano, é aquele prato de... Como que é o nome? Prato de vísceras. Esse aqui, tá pra mim. Mas eu queria comer uma baguete desse tamanho. E uma lasanha desse tamanho também. E é engraçado que ele sabe que a Paimon vai ficar voando, então nem coloca uma cadeira pra ela. Ela só vai ficar voando. É uma pergunta pra você, na verdade. Suas lembranças como você pegou a gema?
That's a bit of a long story.
O que será que ele lembrou?
I once had a similar experience. It had to do with the host family I lived with as a child. I was an orphan, adopted by a couple with a great deal of love in their hearts. I had many siblings, and we all adored each other.
Será que vai
Once
ter
we
ele
were older,
criança?
Mom and Dad would turn us over to be individually adopted
Apareceu
by
ali a
families with
criança
greater
na história
needs,
dela.
and go on to adopt more young children. They were perfect parents. Or so I thought.
And then?
And then, I found out we were merely raised as livestock.
Awesome.
Once we had reached a certain age, our parents would bring us to the market for sale. All children that were sold would leave the house, and nobody would know what became of them. As for those who didn't sell, they were merely disposed of.
Nossa.
Did you know I once considered myself an extremely lucky child? And all of my friends, all of my siblings, they all felt this way as well. I was also not the first to find out about the truth. All those who found out before me were simply added to the disposal pile. I could never shake the feeling of irony every time I juxtaposed their tragic ends against our parents' adoring smiles.
Você talvez estava com raiva, pois...
Yes. Like the society, my parents created a facade of joy, lied to satiate their desires, and even employed incredibly cruel methods to keep their grasp on power. They did all of that, but never considered how their actions would utterly ruin all the children they took under their wing. Worse, perhaps they never cared about that at all. But I did. So in the end, I killed them and set all of the remaining children free. I was convicted for my crimes and exiled to the fortress of Meripede.
Oh!
My methods were extreme, yes. But I was still a
Ele é um
teenager.
assassino, então.
I'd been betrayed
Adolescente.
by those I trusted most, and I didn't think that more moderate ways would solve the problem. My doubt and helpless anger pushed me forward until I got what I deserved.
Eu não sei o que dizer.
It's all right. You don't have to tell me what you think. I've already committed to this path, regardless of what anyone may say about it. The least I can do is to make sure that the same tragedy will not happen again in my new home.
Sorry to disturb you, everyone.
Ah, olha, o pessoal.
Oh, it's a Visa Fasol. Are you two feeling better yet?
It was
Nossa, dá pra
all
ver a
because you arrived
filha
in
voando.
time. I managed to escape unscathed.
Ah, bom,
We
isso.
came here on impulse
Ah,
today.
tá voando.
Because we were hoping that you'd be able to lend us a hand, Your Grace.
Please, go on right ahead. I'll do my best to help. Within reason, of course.
It's... I'd like to be wedded to Avis here at the fortress.
Meu Deus.
You're getting married?
Yeah, we met each other through the society and both fell into Dugier's trap. But even during our time there, we never doubted each other. We always believed that Dugier was manipulating us, trying to make us mistrust each other. And after this incident, we've come to believe that we've found the one for the rest of our lives.
Ele tá chorando.
You could say we managed to make the best out of a bad situation.
É.
He didn't abandon me, and I didn't forsake him either. But we're still both prisoners. And we also aren't sure if the fortress is the best place to host something so celebratory. So we are just wondering, is our request a bit too out of line?
You're right in that the fortress has never hosted a wedding before. But that's no reason to say no, is it? I'll help you make the arrangements. If you need anything special shipped in from the surface, just say the word.
We can't thank you enough, Your Grace. We are actually also planning to stay here after the conclusion of our sentences.
Nossa.
Yeah, we've already made tons of special memories here. So now, it'd be too hard to leave. And we have full confidence in the fortress's future with you at the helm, Your Grace.
Your trust is the highest form of praise.
Hey, loosen up a bit. Shouldn't you be the happiest man in Teyvat to hear that people would like to stay of their own free will?
Yeah. I'll always take a genuine expression of faith over any obligation to obey.
Ai. Sabe o que isso me lembrou? Que eu voltei a jogar Bastard Bonds. E é basicamente isso. Prisioneiros... criminosos criando relacionamentos depois da sentença. Mas é isso, eu terminei a missão dele. Apareceu que tá... Vai. Ah, acho que... Ah, tá, agora eu posso continuar essa. Entendi. Não vou continuar agora, não. Eu vou, na real, eu acho que não dá, hein. Eu não fiz a missão do Baiju ainda, nossa. Ah, não tenho o suficiente, sim. Eu fiz todas. Fiz todas. Aí falta só agora esses aqui. Eu fiz todos até aqui, até o Borô. Aí tem a Ningguang que eu iniciei, só que eu meio que nem fiz nada, nem fui ainda. Eu só iniciei. Mas tem todos esses aqui pra fazer. Esse aqui eu já fiz tudo. Quando eu vier a nave, eu vou fazer a nave, tipo, acho no mesmo dia. Mas eu ainda tenho bastante missão de mundo. Eu no começo da live eu falei que ia fazer tudo, mas eu já cansei. Eu acho que eu vou só encerrar por hoje. É isso. Beleza, gente? Vou colocar o Risley. Terminei a missão do Risley hoje. Foi bom, foi legal, achei interessante. Embora eu não tenha prestado atenção no começo, o desfecho, o desenrolar ali no meio, no final, eu comecei a prestar atenção, achei da hora. Mas é isso. Gente, essa live meio que foi irregular, tipo, meio que fiz no susto, de surpresa. Mas eu vou aproveitar aqui e falar que as minhas responsabilidades na faculdade estão terminando, né? Tá acabando o semestre. Então eu acredito que a partir do dia... Deixa eu ver, essa semana... A próxima semana não. Mas eu acho que a partir do dia... A partir do dia 18, eu acho, não vai ter mais nada. Eu vou estar, tipo, livre de verdade. Aí eu tô planejando fazer live todos os dias pra gente terminar tudo que a gente começou. Que a gente não terminou esse ano. No caso, o Final Fantasy VII, o Sea of Stars e continuar jogando Genshin. Tá? Então, já se preparem a partir... É certeza a partir do dia 18. Talvez antes, mas certeza mesmo é dia 18. Tá? E então já se preparem aí, já vejam se vocês gostam mesmo de mim. Já se prepara pra começar a ver. O horário eu vou decidir ainda, mas eu provavelmente vou até fazer 2 lives por dia. Tipo, uma pra jogar Final Fantasy e a outra pra jogar... E a outra pra jogar... Sea of Stars, tá? Pra gente terminar logo esses jogos. Beleza? Mas é isso, gente. Eu agradeço todo mundo que ficou aí até o final. A próxima live, não sei quando eu vou fazer, mas... Quando eu fizer, haverá sinais. E é isso. Beijos pra todos e até a próxima. Falou. Tchau.